Hey guys, it's Wilson from the God Network, and we're here in New York City, all the way in the East Coast. I came by myself this time to the East Coast, all the way from Cali, to my guy, Double Muscle Line Bulls, Angel from Breeders Hacks. Let's talk about it, bro. Where we at?
So right now we at In the Cut Barber Shop with my favorite barber. You know, not only does my barber cut my hair, but he's also a bully breeder. You know, gotta be. And we here with Frank, the World's Yours Kennel. We here with Gio the Barber as well. He breeds dogs as well now. He's getting into breeding. So yeah, we're gonna chop it up about, you know, New York dog breeding and kind of the tri-state area dog breeding, you know, give you a little East Coast flavor. East Coast flavor.
Talking Exotics New York edition. Exactly. So as you guys can see, we are in this wonderful and lovely barbershop, and we're gonna take it away. Today we actually did something that I believe is a first in the bully game. Yeah. We got Garden State on camera, bro.
To my knowledge, I've never seen a video, really kind of any kind of interview with Garden State. So to be able to do that, like I told you, the stars aligned, and like it was a full moon outside because yeah, I mean literally, I can't wait till they see that.
Yeah, like we're excited to show y'all. It was crazy.
But not just we interviewed June. We also got the chance to see the legend himself, Paintball.
Yeah.
You know, we did. We also got a clip of Paintball being pulled because she was getting first shipped to some dude out in Ohio. I think his name was Chris. And you know, and we also had enough semen to collect him so we could freeze his sperm. So to everybody out there that had never seen Paintball and that thought that Paintball was dead, he's not dead. He's alive, and you'll see the video.
Yeah, you guys are gonna see it. You guys are gonna see it right now. Like it's crazy, and he got some crazy dogs over there. Some of them, which he actually let us film, and we're gonna show you guys. And then, of course, that huge. Yeah, I can't say the Barber.
You could call it also an African Mastiff.
African Mastiff. That's way easier. No, Barber. Dude, y'all I'm gonna show you all the footage. This dog is like crazy. 11 months, and he's already he's a puppy.
Yet again, it's just a testament to when you a real dog, man. Like it don't matter what the breed is. Like June he has all kinds of dogs. You know
all kinds of dogs.
So and the same thing goes for me. Like I said, like for me, I want to get into those Borbals because I just love those. Like I like how they put together, and I want to put my own taste. And
own flavor on it.
So yeah, like when you a dog, man, it don't matter what the breed is, you know. So. Yeah, he had a wiener dog.
Dude, okay, so look, this is what, he did.
A Merle wiener dog.
Merle. It wasn't just a regular wiener dog. It was a Merle wiener dog.
He's a typical Puerto Rican.
Typical Puerto Rican.
This just shows.
The chickens.
Yeah, the parakeets.
Yeah, the chickens.
The parakeets fucked my interview up. Oh my God, I was pissed.
He had a whole room, maybe like 1/4 of the size of this barbershop, filled with parakeets.
Yes.
Like he just loves animals.
So. Okay, so this is something that.
Yeah, so he got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
He got a little farm. When
you love animals, you love
animals.
Yeah,
when you love it. This is something that I guess the West Coast don't got. East Coast, like y'all breeders for everything. Y'all fucking love animals. Cause I walked in there and I was like, all right, that's a big ass dog. Where the bully at? And then he brings out some dope ass bullies. Then he brings Frenchies out, and then he's like, I got a wiener dog. I was like, you're joking. He brings out the wiener dog, and he's like, I got birds too. The birds are in the house. Yeah. It just kept going. I was like, bro, you got lizards too? He probably does.
You actually got to see that, what do they call it, that Roman style?
The Ronin color. Ronin.
Homie, hey, look, we don't got nothing like that. There is not a single, I couldn't even explain.
And try at the same time.
But you can't explain, like.
You gotta see it to me.
Yeah.
You gotta see it.
I wish we could have, but. Y'all gotta go fuck with my guy Garden State. That dude got it. June got it, and that color was different.
Like so that maybe that could lead to like part of the conversation, like you being under the impression that you had being over at the West Coast and how the West Coast talks about East Coast dogs and stuff like that. Especially since it's this is the East Coast edition.
We're gonna put you on the chair now.
Like,
we're gonna put you on the glass.
Y'all put me on the chair.
Did that kind of help change your perspective seeing like a breeder like June?
So look, that honestly did. It kind of no offense to y'all. I love.
No offense. That's when you know you're supposed to be offended. No offense to y'all, bro.
No offense to
you still got to get to the airport.
Hey, they serious about it. Like but it just feels like from over there, like there's no unified vision out here. So it's hard to like really compare, because it's like in the West Coast, Miyagi, like Mr. Like Miyagi, just that's the look. Everybody wants that crazy bone, that structure. that compact. Now it's getting to the point where it's getting crazy in micro, like Sonic.
Yeah.
We don't really care about color. Some of them do, which is more on the Frenchy side, which it is what it is. But there's a unified look in the West Coast, and either regardless of the hate that everybody throws around, like everybody could admit like what an American bully is to us, like what an exotic is. Everybody got a kind of like a gist. Over here, when we look out and we're looking for something in the East Coast, the best thing that we could say is like we never mention New York. Sadly, we always like Texas or Florida.
Florida's big.
Florida's big. It's gotten big. Like they got some good dogs out there. But like you never like like I really don't mean it, and it's just we don't see nothing out here coming from New York.
Right.
Yeah.
And it kind of
especially New York.
Yeah, especially New York.
We're so small that it's almost like we're all grouped into what's called the tri-state.
Tri-state, yes.
Which is
something to explain.
Like New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey,
Connecticut,
right? Because we're so small. And even then, all those states combined is probably like, like still smaller than California.
Yeah.
You know what it is too? Like in the tri-state area, like we don't have is unity.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Unity.
Yeah.
What it is over here, everybody
That's what we need.
Everybody want to be the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody want to sit here and play their part. You know what I'm saying? Everybody starts somewhere, and everybody out here is focusing on creating the next top stud, and and forget about producing females.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta know how to crawl before you start walking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't seem to understand that. Everybody's like, I'm gonna get this breed to produce my stud. But it's your female to quality.
Yeah.
It's your female, the correct female to breed to that stud. Why are you using that stud on your female? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, be like, we're gonna breed to dogs from the West Coast. I respect that, invest your money where your money at.
Yeah.
Well, let me chime in on that. So that's the other thing too, right? Is that at least for somebody like me who does reproductive services, right? So I see a lot of dogs that come in and I help do AIs for them and stuff like that, right? And a large portion of what I see is breeders will say, oh, I'm breeding to so-and-so from the West Coast because I'm trying to do something different. But if 90% of my clients come in and they're telling me that they're doing that, then is that really something different? Because you're actually doing what
everybody else is doing.
So what I'm just an advocate for is don't do something different. Do what you like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it is a West Coast dog, then bring to a West Coast dog. But I think it's more so you gotta breed for what you like, your preference, and ultimately what matches up with your female. Like you heard my story about me and Frank talked about this because Frank bred to a dog named Badger and got his boys, and I was gonna breed to a dog named Badger. I was gonna build my yard off of a dog named Badger.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I didn't have the right females to bring to him, so I knew I wasn't gonna get the outcome that I needed. Frank had the female at the time that was right for that male, and he got his boys and built his whole yard off of that look that he created. So it's also, yet again, having the right dogs to take to a stud, not just because you like the stud, you're gonna breed to him and not look at what your female needs or whatever.
I think the big thing also, it has to make sense, and a lot of people just forget that, like they're going for something and they're like, I like this look, and then they're like they don't think about what's good for their female. And they're just like, I like this.
But back to what we were saying, so going to June's yard changed your perspective.
No, that's exactly what it did. I was like, because personally, I don't like what we call in the West Coast, like that super freaky look, which you could see with a lot of like the micros, like they're super crazy, like their paws are starting to peel up and like they can't walk as much. It's sad to look at sometimes because we go to all the shows, that. We cover most of the shows in the West Coast and some in the East Coast. And you see a lot of dogs and they're not functional. And that's something as a dog lover myself, I like functional dogs, and I have yet to see something super functional in the West Coast. Like, they're somewhat functional. They got great structure, but they lack something. They can't breathe right, or their paws are too fucking mangled up. No offense, but they're fucked up. They're fucking like they're walking. They're waddling. It's sad to see. Like as a dog lover.
Well, you know what? Another thing too that I see also is like. What I also see is, and maybe it's just me, on the West Coast, they're a little bit more consistent with their pedigrees. What I do notice over here on the East Coast is that there are a lot of breeders, I'm not saying everyone, but there are a lot of breeders who they breed to like this stud's hot right now, I'm bringing to that stud. Then the next breeding, I'm bringing to this stud. The next stud, then they don't kind of get the consistency that they're
Because they're
looking for
trying everything.
because they're not tightly, they're not breeding the stuff tight enough to even get
a consistent anything consistent.
And I think that's kind of what you're saying is that because you don't see the consistency,
it's
the
hard.
roots are all over the place.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
But then going to back to Garden State's like June's yard, it was like, yo, he's consistent.
You can tell all the paintball
I
dogs
was
were
like,
paintball
yo,
dogs,
like
yeah.
that's okay. This is starting to look like something comparable to the West Coast. Because you go to the West Coast, like everybody, like you could tell, like this is the same bloodline.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like okay, the head's the same. They got some of the same features, like the fronts or the back, full tail, some of them, and what's his name? Not anger management. That's your dog. No. The super tight legs.
Oh, Cookie?
No. Out in June's yard.
Oh,
that new
King,
dog that
King
new
Chaos?
dog
King-
that
yeah,
he
King-
purchased.
Yeah.
He
King
just
Chaos.
King Chaos.
Yeah.
If they let me show you guys,
How he look?
he
He's a
fucking
nice dog.
He's a nice dog.
that to me, and he said it himself. And I don't want to sound like, and I'm from the West Coast, so you know it means a lot to me.
China.
Like that was a fucking phenomenal dog.
What?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. The muscles, the tight, like you could see everything. The triceps were crazy on the little dog.
Yeah.
The legs were muscular. The feet were tight. He was functional. He bred like you could breathe right. He was running across the full yard. And June's yard is humongous for a New York place.
Yeah.
Like
Well, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey, humongous yard,
Yeah.
amazing. But his dog like running up and down. You guys saw him like great, and then super tight feet, which I love. That's something that I'm huge about. Like he could fully walk and not feel like he's gonna bust his legs open. That dog was amazing. That dog was probably one of my favorite dogs that I've ever seen, and I've seen like a lot of dogs. Yeah.
He's nice.
But like going like as you guys, because you guys have been in the game way longer, and you, especially you, Frank, what did you see out there that you were like, dang, you know, like
At June's or out there?
at June's, that you were like, this is hopefully going to change the game for the East Coast.
Well, Chaos definitely is going to play a big part on the tri-state program. You know what I'm trying to say? In the tri-state, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think I could help with Frank. I think you should share the story about Brandy and what made you build your stuff off of like that kind of look, right? Because that was the dog that was your favorite dog from over there.
Yeah,
right?
At that time, Brandy was like, my favorite dog. It's a Rich Jigger daughter, which they bred to paintball. Okay. So I had my babe daughter in heat. I was originally going to try to breed it to Rich Jigger, but Rich Jigger was going out of season at that time, like within 2-3 days. So I was like, you know what? Why am I going to do the breeding if shit don't take?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna lose out. You know. Then I hit up Jude. He's like, yo, just come to the house. We got plenty of stuff. I'm like, a bet. So my plan at that time was to breed to Crossbones.
Crossbow. Okay.
You know,
The dog that I own.
the one that's owned by Double Muscle.
Yeah, double muscle.
Yo, you put that on the mic. Tell him about the bone on that dog.
Yeah, dog.
Ridiculous.
Listen, he impressive. You know, Crossbones impressive dog. Overdone dog. You know what I'm saying? Since I
Which
had a
hold
big-
up, I gotta give translations for my West Coast viewers. Overdone just means freaky.
freaky on
Freaky
the,
is-
When I say overdone, I lean more towards like more bulldog.
bulldog.
That's what I
bulldog.
When we call overdone, it's
Like
more to the
more
bulldog.
bullish.
Yeah, not
bullish.
like
Bulldog-ish.
health messed up.
No,
Like,
no,
we
not-
just
It's
mean
just
more
like more
bulldog
extra
freaky.
mass and
Yeah,
girth.
like
Mass
which
and
which
curve.
out there we would just a little more freakier.
Right.
You know?
So I saw him, and then they were promoting Badger at that time. He was probably like 9 months old. When I got there, I seen Butterscotch, which is Badger's little brother and sisters. I saw that female, bro, and I fell in love. I was like, wow. 9 months. I said, yo, June, buy her for me.
Ooh.
He's
You
like,
offered him
shit
the
for
bag,
sale.
too,
Yeah, I
for
offered him a good money. I never, like, I'm a realistic person, but I'm saying that out here in New York, you know, shit's expensive. And I've always been like, yo, I'm never going to pay more than $5,000-6,000 for a female. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I have a family, and, you know, it's hard to save $6 to $8 grand.
Yeah, shit.
But I was willing to spend a bag. You know what I'm saying?
He was like, I got the bag for
said,
this
you
bitch.
know
This
what?
bitch
I
was
was willing
crazy.
to go dig under the bed and in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Payment can wait.
Hey, the more,
You know? And,
this dog is too good.
This bitch was just crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Then I asked Junior, who's the mom? And she's like, oh, Brandy. She showed me Brandy, bro, and I fell in love.
Ooh.
This is the second dog I fell in love because my first dog I fell in love, man, was Babe. You know what I'm saying? Babe was,
Yeah.
holy shit, Babe is just,
Yeah, and that's another. That's another. A lot of people don't even realize that's an East Coast dog.
it's
Yeah.
like he's in Connecticut. You know, shout out to Interstate Bullies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Babe.
Babe was just amazing, you know what
From
I'm saying?
Interstate, just to make sure y'all, because they confuse it with the Frenchie, babe.
No,
Oh,
no,
Which
Babe,
we
yeah,
have,
Babe,
we,
Babe,
which
Bully,
now
you
we
know
have
what I'm
that,
saying?
which
One
Interstate
of the top
Bullies.
dogs in the world for a long time, you know what I'm
Fucking
saying? And a lot of the best dogs worldwide has Babe blood in it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of our dogs here have a lot
One
of
of your
Babe.
dogs on Pimpy, he got Babe blood, right?
Pimpy, yeah, got Babe, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the West Coast,
dogs.
a lot of
Actually,
the West
yeah.
Coast dogs has Babe
If you
blood in
yeah,
it.
check your pedigree,
You know?
probably you might have papers.
Research,
Do your
your
research.
homework, you
Do
know?
your research. Come on.
And I saw Brandy, bro, and I was like, holy shit. Like, bro, this is what I want.
That's
you
what
know?
you want in your yard.
Prior to this, I had already bred to Babe 3-4 times because I'm heavy into that Babe blood, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I had access again, you know, shout out to Interstate. I seen Babe since she was 3 months, 5 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. I seen him plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, shit, you know, this is going to work. You know, this is really going to work. So then I was like, all right. So I'm going to breed to Badger because Brandy and Butterscotch. You know what I'm saying?
So
we did the
long story
breeding.
short, Badger's the brother.
The brother to Butterscotch.
To Butterscotch.
Okay.
So the dog that he liked, they had the brother.
The
there.
brother.
Just to
brother.
make so you
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Then we did it. We did the breeding. You know, thanks to God, they produced me that 2 boys. We know the coronavirus brothers. You know what I'm saying? I think,
There
to
you
my
go.
opinion, and it's probably the best Badger kids produced in the tri-state. Like I said, everybody wants me to prove them wrong. Roll up to my crib, and I prove them wrong.
Hey, y'all heard it.
You know what I'm saying?
And-
I ain't scared. You know what I'm
And-
saying? I'll pay you a trip. And
I'll take them up on the offer, bro. It's nice out here.
and I produced my boys. At that time, as a matter of fact, I ain't even gonna lie, Drew said, Frank, I want a puppy out of that. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, no. I said, yo, Drew, no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went to Drew's house with the puppies, a whole litter, and he wanted to take my boy Corbin. And he's like, yo, Frank, if I take him, I'm gonna shut you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, your career is done. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Your
it's
career
over.
is done. He's like, yo, I'm gonna give you this dog. I'm gonna let you keep both your studs, but don't get rid of neither one of them.
Yeah, hey, that's fair.
So I
That's
said,
fair.
yo, June,
Thank you.
dude, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Bro, dude has a lot. He's done a lot for a lot of people in the tri-state area. You know what I'm saying? You got to see what type of person he is.
Yeah, hey.
You know,
June is
so-
a great person.
Like I even yet again with me with Crossbones, like I bred to Crossbones I think probably 4 or 5 times before I actually owned the dog. So June knew I had a thing for the dog because same thing. Like when I went to the yard, I saw what he had and I was like, you know what? I like Badger. I would even freaking build a yard off of him because I just liked how that dog looked, in my opinion. But I knew I didn't have the right females to take to him. So I was like, you know what? It's a safer bet to go with Crossbones. He's more overdone, more bulldog type features. He's gonna give me what I need, and then I could take females off of that and run it to Badger.
Run it to
you know?
Badger.
And I was like, even my best case scenario is since Paintball is Badger's father and Crossbones is the half brother. He might even throw me a Badger. That was like my best case scenario in my head. I was like, maybe he'll even throw me a Badger. And off my first breeding, I got what I felt was the equivalent, you know. So, and yet again, June knew I loved that dog. You know, I wanted to build my yard off that dog, Crossbones, after what I got off of him. And he gave me the opportunity to cash out on that dog and take that dog, you know.
Yeah.
So he's like I told you, what made me a believer with June is after I seen 200 breedings. He posted on Facebook over 200 different litters, and they were all consistent. They all looked good. I was like, man, that dog produces. That dog produces, and I've been a believer ever since. And I just took the blood, and just like Frank, he went in his direction, I went in my direction, and even it trickled down to like, you know, you got people like Junior who has the blood in his camp, you know.
Yeah.
I know that blood too, bro.
Which is crazy.
Beautiful dog.
Which is another thing, like dog politics came into play because June was like the big thing that happened right there when we were there. Like somebody said that paintball had died.
Yeah.
With no evidence, nothing to back it. And that's another reason why June was like super excited. He was like, nah, you guys gotta shoot him. This time to do it. When I showed up, he was like, nah, man, you guys gotta shoot him. Because
what it is, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of upcoming breeders, they just follow the trend.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, you know, you have social media now, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people go on lives and promote their studs, and a lot of people A lot of the people that have these studs might not even don't know how to produce out of that dog.
Yeah.
They just been lucky enough that dudes with badass females bred to these studs, and they still have not produced them for their own studs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you catching a rep, your studs catching a rep with somebody else's work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And out here, the tri-state, especially me, Angel, that be working with the same bloods in and out, we focus on consistency. You know what I'm saying? We trying to focus on a certain look. You know what I'm saying? Like, he likes a little over more done. I like it in between. Eventually we all going to run into the same dogs. It's just how you work your dog. You know what I'm saying? But people have to have that tendency to make the stud want to give you what you can't have.
And that actually leads to a question of mine for like so for example, Junior cutting my hair right now. Well, for his first breeding, because he did his homework and studied the bloods, he got a phenomenal. I mean, if you can see his female to the right of me, I mean, he got and even the male to the left
Even
of
the
me.
brother,
Like, he got a phenomenal breeding off of his first breeding, and for someone who's been doing this for as long as I've been doing it, like.
First breeding,
that's rare.
That's
one of the baddest females in the tri-state, man.
that
do that
head.
on your first breeding,
Yeah.
that is crazy because it took me years in order to be able to even get what I wanted in the beginning. So my question to someone like Junior, who kind of like went under Frank's blood and did his own thing with that, like what do you feel like is the biggest mistake that a lot of newer breeders are making, that the reason why they're not getting what they want? Like, at least I know Junior could say he got what he wanted off his first breeding.
They're not studying, bro, and they're falling for the hype. You know what I'm saying? A
The
lot
hype.
of people ain't.
You didn't breed for the hype, yeah, right?
I did my homework, bro.
Yeah.
I went back to what blood clicked with my blood. I picked up a female, seen what worked with her blood. I seen what his blood does, and I went to his yard, and it was proven. You know what I'm saying? All his dogs look the same, all of them. That's what I
That's
want.
the key.
Consistency.
That's the key.
Consistency, like Frank said.
Consistency,
Yeah.
bro. A lot of people right now, they're just following the hype. They
That's
see,
true.
Yo, a
Shit.
new big name dog drop. Boom! I want to go
Yeah.
breed to him because everybody else.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Honestly, yeah. Like Junior said it perfectly. Do your homework. Do the research. Look at the whole yard and be like, is this a consistent dog?
And
This
you
is
don't
what
you
you
don't
wanna
gotta be
do.
able to
For what you want to do.
And you don't gotta
What
be
you
able to.
like.
You don't have to recreate the wheel. Because prime example is like there's certain key breedings that if you look at, you know what I'm saying, how it made that dog, and you got the ingredient, and all you gotta like let's use an example. Like I don't know. Let's just use Bape for example. If you have a dog that's say related that's to Bape's mom, and you breed to Babe's dad, you may get something like that. You don't have to recreate the wheel if that's the style of dog you like, but you got to do your research. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to look at what female you're working with first, and if she don't even have anything that's like related to Bape, how do you expect to get a Bape? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just using that as an example. You know?
Yeah, which is true because there's people that claim, I got 5 times Babe, 16 times Miyagi, 10 times this, 10 times that. But your dog don't resemble the dog that you claiming.
The dog don't. It don't add up. The math is not adding up, bro.
Like what it is. You know what it is. I tell you how I see it. You know what I'm saying? This is all a sales pitch. Like you putting that shit on your head, and you try to make somebody, a new person that's going to get into the game, believe what you want them to believe. So by you tell them you're 16 times this, 16 times that, you trying to make the sale. Be like, yo, look, my dog is 16 times that. A person that don't know no better is going to fall for that.
Yeah.
But in the truth about the whole shit is that you lying to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you show them, let's say, Babe, and you have a 12 times Babe, 6 times Babe, and your dog don't resemble Babe, then, bro, you just been breeding for nothing.
And you guys are ruining it for the breeders because, like, especially if these are people that are barely starting to breed, and you sell them something it isn't, like, you're gonna discourage them, and then you're gonna ruin the game for them. So that's like, it's ruining it, just be honest. And like, for the new breeders out there, listen to these guys. These guys are telling y'all, do your research. Check, do your homework. Do it right. And then hold up, we are gonna do a commercial break because we are out here in New York and we gotta pay the bills. All right, and we're back in the East Coast with the New York edition of Talking Exotics. Now, what were we on? We were on consistency with your litter. Doing your research. Junior made it perfectly clear, and that's why he has an amazing dog right in front of us right here. He did his research. He looked at Frank's yard and was like, look, this is not only something I'm looking for my vision, not the hype, and it's consistent. I know this bloodline is going to work for me. I know he isn't gonna just run off because he got 16 times Bape or 17 times Miyagi. He got it right, and look at the dog. The dog is produced. The dog looked good. You know, look at that. Tight skin, tight good. You know.
I ain't gonna hold you though too. They should get a mentor too. He mentored.
Oh yes.
Hey, and
That's huge.
Yeah.
There would be no breeders' hack. There would be no breeders' hack without a mentor.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. That is actually very true. Speak on that, Angel, because a lot of people don't get that. You don't pick the right breeder. You guys pick somebody that's gonna. You're gonna get the. He's gonna get the bag and he's gonna leave. That's it. They're not gonna help you. They're not gonna tell you this is what you should do in this situation. Oh, your dog's sick. You're whelping. Oh, this, that, nothing. But these guys are real.
I would say the best thing is, like, honestly, probably what's more important than even, like, getting your dogs and putting together your first breeding is finding your first mentor. Because it's going to save you so much time, headache, money, you know, the list goes on. And then I just, like, there's no excuse. Because for the people who don't have a mentor or can't find one, you could watch my videos. And I've done a video on damn near every topic you could think of. And if I haven't done it, then I will eventually. You know what I'm saying? Because I always do a new topic. So you need to have a mentor. Because like I said, for me there would be no breeders, hacks, or double muscle line bulls without my mentor. So and they'll just help you. You just get there so much more faster. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to recreate.
If you do this, you're gonna get this. So don't do that. Do this. Trust me, because I know.
And for you younger breeders, listen. These guys have done it. Angel's been in the game for way longer than you. Frank has been in the game longer than I've been alive. Listen to these guys. These guys know what they're talking about, especially when it comes to like consistency. They've seen everything. They've seen the hype. They've seen the decline of that dog. They've seen anything and everything that you could think of. And if you're already at their door, listen to them. You're paying for it anyways.
Yeah.
You're wasting your money if you don't.
And I put it this way too, right? Being able to take constructive criticism. Yeah, being able to take constructive criticism. Like when I probably look crazy right now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, wait a minute. Hey, this is not in the West Coast.
At the barbershop.
I've never seen this in my life. Hey, that's different, but.
But no, in all seriousness though, like that's that goes my train of thought.
Hey, bro, like like, you started putting the white stuff. I was like, it's a little different from the West Coast. I don't know, man. You put
But yeah, nah. In all seriousness, like I said, having a good mentor, and just taking your time, right? Not rushing into this. Like for me, I think your downtime, which is like your first time where you're just studying and you're learning about these dogs, not just jumping and buying a dog, like that's huge. And then like that's and your first purchases, right? The first dogs that you get is so crucial and so important because of the fact that theoretically will follow you for the rest of your dog breeding career. Like, for example, if you have dogs that you start with this one dog and then you continue to breed, that's going to always be in your bloodline, you know, whatever dogs you started with.
Yeah.
So if you started with bad dogs and then you're 2-3 generations in and you're finding those same faults, well, that's because you started on a bad foundation. It's like anything, like the Empire State Building, any of these great big buildings, they have to build a humongous, strong foundation first before you can go and build up. If you build on a very small foundation, it's just going to crumble. So,
and if you're serious about, want to become a breeder, or you want to breed, or you want to take it as a hobby, you know what I'm saying? And you want to get a bad female, don't go buy a third pick female, fourth pick female.
Yeah.
Save your money. If you really want to get this done, the right way, save your bread. You know what I'm saying? And go to the breeder and be like, listen, I want to buy your pick female.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because what he's picking is the best for his program and what he's working with, and what's going to take that yard for the next level.
I was gonna say this is a gem right now that I'm gonna share. And I don't know if I should share it.
Go ahead, drop it.
But in all actuality, like the best dogs are the dogs that aren't for sale. So like Frank, if you learn from Frank's story, right? Frank was like he offered to buy June's dog. You know, June wasn't selling Brandy or whatever dog it was. He was like, but let me buy her.
No butterscotch.
So sometimes, like, especially, it's different when your yard is already established, but when you're first starting, you know, if you're looking for a foundation female, which is what you should be starting with, oftentimes those are going to be the dogs that aren't for sale.
Yeah.
Not always,
Wait a
but
minute.
oftentimes it will be the ones that aren't for sale.
I'm going to have to stop y'all right here. This dude is getting a hot towel on his face. Yo, this is different.
Do that shit in Cali.
Hey, this is a different level.
You want to cut like this? You gotta come in the cut.
Yo, this is a different level of service. Y'all gotta come over here and fuck with y'all guy over here.
We're in Long Island, New York.
Yeah, not
Live, I go back.
Damn.
Come get a world's famous in the cut haircut.
Yeah, damn. My barber don't do nothing like that.
That's because
Yeah.
You're not Long Island, no Long Island.
God damn. I can see the steam coming off of his face right now. Damn.
wanna look like me, you know.
Yeah, no, but in all reality, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, get yourself a good female, you know what I'm saying? And then and slowly keep researching the right stud. Or if you buy the female from that breeder, ask the breeder, yo, why would you breed her to? Since you kept her, you know what I'm saying? If you guys decide to work out a deal. Ask him, yo, now that I have the female, can you help me out? What can I do? Why can I make this a consistency out of this female? I want to base my camp on for this female. And if that dude, the breeder's a good person, he'll guide you. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you, yo, listen, if I was me personally, I was going to do this breeding, this breeding, this breeding. Yeah. Maybe he was going to use one of the studs that he has at the camp, or going to produce a stud for that female. Then be like, yo, you know what? I'll wait until you have your stud, or wait until your stud is ready to be bred. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to have consistency, because obviously you're going to buy a female, first pick female from a breeder. It's because that's the way you want to go. That's the route that you're going to go. And because you like the style of his dogs, you like the consistency of his dogs, that's why you're going to mess with them. Don't just buy the female, not knowing that what you could breed her, then you're going to go buy the female and then breed it to a dog that's not going to help your female. So basically, you're just wasting your money investing on somebody's top pick female to go backwards.
And the key is also discernment. You know, being able to, like what we were talking about with the mentor thing, right? Being able to take constructive criticism. Because prime example is like what we were talking about in the car, right? My mentor. You know, my mentor comes off very aggressive. So to Frank was like, well, I don't need to be cool with this guy. I don't need to be friends with this guy because he comes off very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And for me, like I said, I took the constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm just saying is, like, you got to also be able to have discernment where someone isn't like hating and telling you the wrong things, versus someone who actually cares and is trying to steer you into the right direction. And the only way you can really tell is through discernment. You know what I'm saying? Being able to really kind of judge the person's character and so on and so forth. Because like I said, if someone genuinely cares, like a mentor, they're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's huge. Because I remember, like I said, my mentor telling me, you got to scratch this, you got to get rid of this whole yard. You got to start over. Yeah, and that's hard.
That's hard to hear.
That's hard.
No, I know.
That's hard. But it was the best. It was the best thing I could have ever done.
It happened to me with my ABKC dog.
You know,
somebody came to my house and told me the same shit.
That's tough to hear, you know?
That was before you produced the boys, right?
Yeah, before that was when I was in the ABKC.
And it was a good move, right?
Yeah, I mean, I changed everything around. Back then it was ABKC, and I produced my champion, my grand champion, you know what I'm saying? And then those dogs produced grand champion dogs for other people's champion dogs, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Imagine hearing that shit, bro.
You know,
that would
tough.
be
Damn.
damn.
Straight to the soul.
Yeah, like,
because I was like,
this is
nah,
all
man.
shit.
Yo, I was like,
bro,
nah,
dude came
man.
to my house and he said, "That's garbage. That's trash." Bro, literally, like
Just started staring, just
back
like,
of my head, I'm
fucking
like,
horrible.
Bro, you just came to. I just met you not even 5 minutes ago. You a friend of a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? And
I should slap
you
your
just
face.
came
God
and
damn it.
Word, you know what I'm saying? But I took it and I learned, and then you know what I'm saying. I also took what the judges, because you know when we come from a different era. You know what I'm saying? Like the era that I come from is like we used to show dogs for points to champion out dogs to become a grand champion, which is the highest shit when you could be under any registry and any sanctioned dogs. You know what I'm saying? So back then, it's a different perspective of what people have of a functional dog now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now we have people want to call it table dogs, not to just call them fucked up dogs. Sorry, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I like about the Borbals, though, that I learned from this other breed, and that's how we could always learn from other breeds, is that rating system. They rank the dogs from 1 to 100.
Yeah.
So if a dog is, say, ranked a 73, a 75, 65, whatever the case it may be, that's not something you want to breed to. You know what I'm saying? You want to breed to the best. You want to breed to like 80s and 90s and stuff like that. So that's why I like. That's something we could really learn from in the bully world. But it would have to be people who are qualified to be able to judge the dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Not these backyard
That'd be
judges.
dope, bro. I ain't gonna-
But that's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of older cats or, you know, younger guys that have been like and show on the ABKC list. I use the ABKC because that's what I started with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We see shit different. Like, 'cause, you know, because your dog has to walk. Your dog has to come out the gate the right way. Your dog has to move. you know, when you stack your dog, every dog is stacking. You know what I'm saying? So everything in that ring at that age group that you're in, everything is basically similar on the standard of the breed. We don't have a standard for our breed. You know what I'm saying? In reality, we don't have a standard for the breed. So now you got a lot of upcoming breeders or breeders that never been in a ring, so they don't know exactly how to have a functional dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of dogs with a lot of foals. Maybe what people have now, studs that they have now, is the dogs that I saw 4 years ago. And it's just basically, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people playing catching up. But we have to be realistic, you know what I'm saying? We all know a dog is a dog, a pet is a pet. If you have a messed up dog with bad rears, you know, that they can't walk properly, bad feet, bad fronts, bro, you know the dog is something wrong with the dog. You know what I'm saying? That dog shouldn't be at a table, nor at a show. But what happens, they get mad, they get upset because, yo, why my dog this, why my dog that, bro? Nobody's talking bad about your dog. This, you can look at it. Look at the dog.
Exactly. Honestly, this is a perfect look. No, real quick, if I don't. Yeah. We were in Texas. It was the Frenchie Bowl. It just happened less than a month ago, and it sucks. It was a situation where they were judging a Frenchie, and the Frenchie was tall. I couldn't even see the Frenchie, but everybody was like, "This is a tall Frenchie." You know what that means? Like, just lanky. It's lanky. Like, look, it is what it is.
Bigger than the standard.
So look, it is what it is. That's the Frenchie. It is. You got to skip over. You got skipped over. You're not making the cut. The dude got mad, punched the judge in the face, ran out.
For real?
For real.
I thought New York was bad.
Yo, but I ain't even gonna hold you.
Like what?
But June said the same thing. June said that he was at a show. They asked him to judge, right?
Yeah.
And you would think, you know what, the person who created the term exotic would know a thing or two.
Yeah.
He picked the dog. Just so coincidentally, the dog was off of I guess it had distant painful blood in it or something like that. But regardless, you ask him to judge, he gonna choose the dog that he thinks is best. And somebody got upset and threw a can at him, a soda can or something like that at him. He said, so it's just like
That's wild.
What the fuck?
Yes, you know, we come from different areas. We have a different, you know, a different definition of a functional dog. Let's say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm trashing somebody's dog, because, you know, we all got our preferences, but you know what's right and what's wrong. But why are we going to keep breeding these dogs and add more faults into our dogs? Eventually, every breeder is going to run into faults in the program. That's going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
So you stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes, you deal with it. But if you adding it right off the gate to your breeding program, everything else you're going to produce is going to carry that.
Yeah, it's backwards. You're working against yourself.
You don't, like, I mean, listen, everybody got the taste. Everybody pay for what they want for their dogs. But don't get mad when you go to a show and somebody tells you, yo, your dog feet is messed up, or your dog's rear is weak. Don't get mad.
Yeah.
you got to be able to take constructive criticism.
You have to be able to take that on the chin.
You at a public event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You at a public event. So once you are in the public, people got the right to talk and discuss about anything
You're
that's
putting
there.
your dog out there to be
You're putting
criticized.
it out there.
When you're at a dog show, period, like that is what you're doing.
That. They're going to break down your dog.
So don't get in your feelings. That's the big point they're saying. Because don't get in, like, what's the point of this? You're going to dog shows, not only publicize that you're a dog breeder, but like to also get feedback. Let's be honest, you're trying to see the best dogs.
Right.
Some of the best breeders are there. So when somebody's like comes up and is like, damn, that's a lanky dog, like take that on the chin and be like, well, maybe my dog is lanky. Let me see what I can do to fix that.
And then you got to understand that there's also a lot of people that go to these meet and greets that are looking to buy a pet.
Yeah.
And a lot of them do research. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what are dogs supposed to look like? Or the standard of this dog. And they see these all unfunctional dogs, bullies, exotics, because it's not just the exotics, it's any dog breed in general has faults, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just exotic. I'm not picking on, I'm talking about dogs in general.
Yeah.
No, Junior made a good point. He said, yo, a lot of new breeders kind of fucked up the market.
Yo, check out a market went like this in the past.
But you know what? I don't blame, look, but this happened a few years back, right? That every breeder that you started breeding for the first year or two, they wanted to sell those for $20,000, $30,000.
COVID.
Right or wrong? Everybody want to get top dollars. Bro, your dog is not worth $1,500.
He's not wrong.
But you
He
know
lives
what?
around.
Like we've talked, like what's been a large moral of the story as far as when we were at June's, today, here, now. Like right now, where the market is at is the best time to breed for yourself. Breed for yourself.
But in reality, let me cut you. In reality, that's a should be.
Yeah.
A real breeder it's not always focused on making money. A real breeder is about creating the next foundation dog, female, all stuff for their program. So when you breed ahead. You're like, okay, I'm gonna breed my female to this male, or in-house, or out of house, and be like, yo, for my next year, for this and this and that. You don't breed just for the moment.
Yeah.
If you're breeding for the moment, you're just breeding for money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not it, bro. Because let's say you breed something and you don't get nothing out of it. Then you're going to take the same female and breed it to another stud, because you're going to blame the first stud that he didn't do his job. In reality, your female didn't do the job. Because in reality, your female didn't come from a good foundation female. And that mother didn't come from a good foundation grandmother. So how do you expect to have a great foundation female for your program when the mother, grandmother, great-grandmother don't even resemble nothing?
Yeah, no, it's true.
He's fucking spitting facts.
And actually, just to change gears a little bit, the quiet one over here.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on where the
boy.
dog game is at right now, and like what you see on the East Coast versus West Coast, and like what are your thoughts? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not too sure. I'm new to this. You know what I'm saying? So I got these
But
guys mentoring
what I mean
me.
is like your thoughts as far as like. Is it overwhelming? Do you feel like there's better dogs over there? Do you feel like
Right now, yeah, in the West Coast.
Like what is your thoughts?
I think the West Coast got it right now, cause you know what I'm saying? I'm new to this.
He
He's
got his opinion. He got his opinion. He got his opinion.
I haven't seen much. I haven't seen many.
I'm representing.
I haven't seen many dogs out here.
We pick him up in the
You know what I'm
back.
saying?
I'm representing.
I went to my first big show 2-3 weeks ago.
What was your thoughts when you
And
went to the big show?
I was amazed. I'm not gonna lie.
What's
It
up?
was
Shout out to
man,
back
what
then,
was it?
OJ. I think he's talking about
Yeah.
the Bronx Subi,
Big
New
Apple.
York edition,
Yeah,
the Big
the Big
Apple.
Apple.
Bronx Subi.
Okay.
And
Hosted by
I thought my
OJ
dog
and
was,
Hack.
something, but he looked like a puppy next to these dogs.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So,
How that make you feel, man?
and it was.
You got work
it
to
was-
do.
Yeah, I was overwhelmed. You know what I'm
You
saying?
want to create some
See,
better
this
shit.
is the key. This is the key. This is key. For any breed or whoever federation or registry you showing under. If you go home with a second, third place, let's say, go home and do your research. Yo, why didn't I get first place?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you should go back and work harder. Like maybe you were stacking your dog the wrong way. Maybe your dog was lacking this, lacking that. Ask the judge. But in these fun shows, sometimes a lot of these judges have messed up dogs themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot ask somebody that has a bad dog to teach you about
I
a good dog.
want to chime in on that though. No, because you're
They're
right.
not lying.
No, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to chime in on that, right? So the whole thing is, and my mentor made a great point about it, and this is why he kind of had stopped showing dogs, is because in certain shows, I don't want to say all shows, but it's because you're paying for this person's opinion. So especially like with the fun shows and stuff like that, you got to look at who's the actual judge. Sometimes they choose people who aren't that qualified.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're paying for their opinion.
Yep,
So if
you
it's
are.
someone who's not that qualified and they're judging your dog, yet again using discernment, maybe you shouldn't enter your dog into that show. Or you can't be mad if the person chose a dog that you feel like was not
as good.
because yet again they weren't qualified to begin with,
they're
and you're
gonna-
paying for their opinion,
And
so
they're
you
gonna
can't
Yeah.
get mad.
And there's a lot of favoritism.
There is. There's a
At the
lot of
show?
dog politics with the
is.
judges.
Yeah,
No
they're
offense, man. It's true.
That they like. They're gonna pick their style of dog. You know what I'm saying?
they're
They're
gonna
not
pick their
like
style
once
of
again
dog.
because we don't have a standard for our exotic breed at a fun show.
It's a subjective.
You know what I'm saying? So
Well, yeah, it's a fun show.
So it's a fun show. People missing the whole concept. It's a fun show, but the fun show is made for you to learn. Because you could go to these fun shows, right, and you're still going to see the same people over and over with the same dog, and they still even haven't learned how to stack their dog.
Yeah.
So you just come, basically you go into the show to give money away. You know what I'm saying? That's why I look at it.
Basically.
How the shows in the West?
Because if you go to meet and greet, it's for you to learn. You say learn how
Yeah.
to stack your dog, or learn something about the dog, or the breed, or the bloodlines you want to work with. Because every bloodline don't work with the same line. Not everything clicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go, but you're working with, let's say, working with old school blood. But remember, this old school blood created this new blood.
Yeah.
Like, perfect example, I don't know much about that China dog, basically what they call the banana line. But as far as I've seen 3-4 generations behind, they all come from Dax and Miyagi. From, I think it was, 55th bully something from Chacon, I think. Chacon, their last name was Chacon, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All those from Judge, that dog Judge.
Yeah.
those dogs were from Cali. They were from the U.S. So if those dogs were created here,
You keep giving the word.
no. But I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that veneno, like you know, what I'm saying, what I've seen about that veneno line. Basically, that veneno line is made out of Dax and Miyagi.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Do your homework.
But I mean, do your homework. I haven't used that blood yet, but if I wanted to now, what I've noticed on those dogs, some of those dogs are long.
Yeah.
They real long. Some of them are tall. So if the camp that you got it from didn't create a consistency on that dog, why are you going to breed to a dog that is not going to have consistency because she's not going to bring consistency to your yard?
Exactly.
Now, look a perfect example back to what June said. June said, I'm gonna run my veneno dog that he got, you know, that he got King Chaos. He's gonna run it to his paintball daughters, to the other dog, Fornax daughters that he has, to a butterscotch daughter that he has. But he said something to Frank, guys, I don't know if it's gonna click, but I'm gonna see if it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Whatever don't work, I'm gonna give it as a house pet.
Sometimes,
Which is the right thing to do.
As a breeder, you have to also acknowledge when certain things like are more trial and error, and you see if it's gonna click. At least he knows and understands and acknowledges that. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is like, and this is why I tell people, like, if I'm gonna breed to a dog, I'm not breeding to it once. I'm at least double tapping it. I'm at least hit it twice. Because of the fact that, like, that's why, like...
You want to get closer to that goal.
Yeah, you want to get closer to that goal, because if I got dogs who are consistently bred off of a certain line, right, and I go and breed to this one stud, then breed it back to my stuff, it's not... It was I only brought it in once. It's not going to stick. You got to use it twice. You got to double tap it.
Sometimes you got to use father, daughter, nephew to niece. You know what I'm saying? Like me, shit, I bred to babe like 5 times.
They're doing it right.
And I produce dogs that look like babe within my second breeding to babe.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, I got pictures. They upstate New York.
All right, hold up, real quick. Look, I love my barber, but what the fuck, guys? Yo, my guy got like the extra deluxe package atop that one. Like, Jesus Christ. Have y'all seen it? Y'all, what? Look at him. He's like, God damn.
He look different now.
He look, hey, he's the mad scientist himself now. Look at him. Hey, he ready to give up all the gems right now. Look at him. God damn. All right, I just had to say, damn,
But really, I mean, for me, the moral of the story, having, you come and, we shot all the content and so on and so forth, was just to get out there that, like, a lot of people don't even realize I'm from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
very true.
Maybe it's our fault. Maybe because we're so divided that anyone who kind of maybe
That's why I say
establish a name for
West Coast got it, because they work together.
Yeah,
we are.
He's new and he even sees it.
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
I see it on social media.
See that.
Well,
Out
you have
here,
to understand something. You don't have to like that person in order for that to work with that person's
Exactly.
dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't take it personal. It's about the dogs.
Yeah.
If you
Point
don't like
blank,
me because
serious.
I'm chubby and I'm skinny or I'm older, it's all right. But if you know I have a bad dog and you want to breed to the dog, yo, hit me up.
Yeah.
Let's just be about dogs. It's not personal.
Yeah.
And this is a big problem that we have in the tri-state. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't deal with certain dogs or breed to a certain dog because they don't like that person. Meanwhile,
politics
you
of
never
the
even
genre,
known this
whatever.
person.
Yeah.
You never even spoken to this person. So you just judging me because
It's something that like really tripped me out when you guys explained it to me, because it was like out there, like we don't really have it like that. Yes, we have dog politics, and it matters. Like you don't fuck with this camp line, or you don't fuck with this line, or what. But that person is still gonna go fuck with their dog.
Well, of course. You heard me even when we had the interview with Mike. It was the fact that I was like, even if I'm not crazy about the owner, if I feel like I need that dog in my program, I'll breed to that dog. You know what I'm saying? And because of the fact that yet again I don't allow my ego or anything to get in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like if I need that dog in my program, I gotta breed to it.
of course,
You know what I'm saying?
of course, you have to, because if you planning to stay in this dog game for the long run, you gotta suck your pride, man. You know what I'm saying? Suck it up and make it about the dogs.
Your ego is gonna take you down in this game.
If you have a badass dog, yo, give that dude his flowers. You know, like, yo, you've been working longer than I have, or a lot of people be like, oh, Frank, like, been doing this for a long time, but I'm actually into this micro exotic breed 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? So I started basically the micro movement at the same time as a lot of breeders out here, and I've accomplished what I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating the germline. You know what I'm saying? Like out of the coronavirus brothers. We've been very successful. We had to get me to where I wanted. I had to get a female. I had to buy. I actually ended up buying butterscotch from June. You know what I'm saying? After like a few years, like a year and something, I needed her.
June finally gave it up.
I needed her. I needed her for my program. I knew she was going to take me to the next level, and I'm blessed because the same day that I cashed you now, my female came out of the crib and started bleeding. You know, she started bleeding. She came in heat, so I was like, yeah, I hit it. You know what I'm saying? It was meant to be.
Meant to be.
You know what I'm saying? And I got blessed, and I'm taking the Germline 2024 to the next level. We just dropped 2 litters, you know what I'm saying? Small litters, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't big, you know, I'm blessed. They meant to be kept in the program. So far, you know what I'm saying? They look good. You know what I'm saying? They look good. And we just want to keep working hard. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do this for myself. I do this for Gio, for Junior, for everybody. Yo, Bully Facts, Frankfurt Bullies in Philly, you know what I'm saying? That they worked with, they believed in my program and virus and COVID. And I do it for them. That way they have somebody to fall back if they run into, yo, I bred my dog, but it didn't click. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
Because I got the line that you need because I know how to work it.
And that's why you got to be sold on your own product before you can sell.
Believe in yourself, your program.
Yeah,
you know
that's real big. Like, you got to be able to like believe in your own program, because there's a lot of breeders out here that they don't believe in their own program. They're out looking for the new stud, the next hype dog that's coming out, you know.
And just real quick, the thing too that's messed up is like, when they're going and breeding to that breeder who's got the next the stud or whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10, that breeder's already past that stud. He's thinking about how he can make a better version or whatever
Of that
the case
dog,
may
yeah.
be.
If he didn't have it yet.
Yeah, if he didn't have it yet, exactly. But just to basically wrap things up, I just like the moral of this whole thing though, like why we had you out here and stuff like that is, like I said, it's just the fact that I wanted people to see like the East Coast does have some good dogs, some good breeders. You know, yet again, the division is something we could definitely work on, because like I said, most people don't even realize I'm from the East Coast. That's how divided they are. They're like,
really
I thought he was
is.
from the West Coast.
He's saying to himself, guys.
But definitely, like I said, hopefully this is just the beginning to kind of show that, you know, the East Coast, just like, I mean, all love to the West Coast, all love to every coast,
definitely,
but the East Coast does have some badass dogs, some badass breeders.
And we are going to be taking it to West Texas, California, 2024. We're bringing out the Germline. Germany's going to be coming tough, man. You got to believe that. The Germline, we're going to be shaking the ground everywhere. We're going to show you guys that tri-state New York, yo, we work together. We're producing shit.
We hope to see it. We hope to see that in the next year, New York gets unified and they could take hopefully West Coast, you know, up to tri-state area.
Listen, you know,
Come on, maybe let's see it.
Junior wants to talk spicy.
He saw it.
Look, tri-state have a lot of camps. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of camps in Jersey, Philly, Pennsylvania that got quality dogs, and some of the guys have been out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hector. Shout out to OJ. Shiz. I think Shiz is from PA, if I'm not mistaken. V. I think he's from the Bronx or Hunts Point. They've been traveling.
Frank, finish off where you were at.
So, you know, quick, you know what I'm saying, back to where we was at, you know what I'm saying? The camps that I mentioned, they've been putting in work, you know what I'm saying? They held it down for the tri-state area for a while. They taken the dogs to the West Coast, plenty of shows. I haven't just been fortunate enough to travel and taking my dogs that far, you know what I'm saying? We've gone as far as Florida, you know, Ohio, Myrtle Beach, you know what I'm saying? But this year, I promise you that we're taking the Germline to the whole U.S., you know what I'm saying? 2024 is going to be towards the end of September, when the puppies that we're producing now are going to be 6-7 months old. And believe me, when I'm telling you the puppies are going to be 6-7 months old, it's not just a puppy. It's going to be a wow factor puppy. It's not going to be a regular, I'm taking a puppy to the show now. It's going to be a wow factor puppy, you know what I'm saying? We have the quality and we have the foundation females that is going to take our yard to the next level, because we work hard for this. I'm saying this is what we do. Like, you know, we cry, we bleed, breeding. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, we just want a dog. No, we know what we want and we're going to accomplish it. And the German is going to be full effect 2024. You know, we'll be out there. I promise you, we'll be out there. I just don't talk to talk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gio. Shout out to Junior.
These are all
These
are all dog breeders.
The German right here. Some of the German. You know, Gio produced those dogs. You know, say you got Lola, you got Squid, upcoming stud. You know, we're definitely going to be putting him in our program. We got a COVID daughter right here, one of our upcoming females.
COVID daughter's name?
And she's Suspiro. Her name is Suspiro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we working. You know what I'm saying? We working. Just, we take our time. You know, there's no rush. There's no rush. We plan what we want, and we're gonna accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Double Muscle Angel. You know what I'm saying, for putting this together. People, you need to understand that I didn't know Angel. I just met Angel not even 8 months ago. And we've been doing so much shit together. I'm learning from Angel, which I hope he's learning from me. We're doing a lot of shit together. We're putting each other on in a lot of movements.
He's going nuts.
And just to show you guys that people could work, people could get along. People got to put their pride aside and be like, yo, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? If I could learn something from a person, whether you younger than me or older than me, I'm going to learn. Because you can learn every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. Yeah, we're about to, go down.
Breeding's about to go down right now.
Yo, people start being united, you know what I'm saying? Pull your products out, start working with the people that show you love, you know what I'm saying? Don't just go spend money to spend money. If you're going to go spend money, just make sure that the breeder that you're working with who is able to show you a consistent dogs. You know what I'm saying? You want to see the father, the grandmother, if they have the nephew, the uncle, whatever. If you don't see at least 3-4 generations of what that breeder's working with, then he's not the breeder for you.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. When I go visit the yard, I'm not looking for that one crazy dog. I'm looking for a yard that looks consistent of that dog that I came there to go see. If I don't see consistency in the breeder's yard, how can I expect to get what looks like the dog I'm breeding to if he can't even get it? So it's just common sense.
Common sense, yeah.
You know
Just
what
like, do what you got to do.
Which is true, you know what I'm saying? It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time. And if you're not producing the quality of female, go buy one.
Yeah.
Go buy one.
Don't be ashamed of it.
You know,
Shit.
there ain't no shame,
Nobody,
bro.
yeah, everybody does it.
It's better than you're going to waste more money down the line trying to create something, and what all you're doing is just putting breeders together and not producing anything.
Yeah.
And it's not taking you anywhere.
I feel like right now is the best time to actually buy a female, an adult female, because yet again, where we're at in the market, it's not really too hot right now.
Yeah.
And it's also socially accepted now. Before
Yeah.
it was kind of like, oh, you bought that dog, you know. Now it's more so like, okay, they just they just dropped the bag and got a nice dog. It's more accepted now. Before it was more like, you needed to produce the dog. So, right now is the perfect time.
Perfect time. And, you know, like they said, it takes time. You know, it's been taking a minute for the East Coast to catch up. Hopefully, they've had enough time to finally catch up to the West Coast, and they'll come off, 2024. You know, we'll see Frank hopefully in the West Coast.
I want to drop a challenge. Maybe you got to put this in the beginning of the video. Like, East Coast, this is just friendly competition. East Coast versus West Coast. Drop your favorite dog in the comments down below. Your top East Coast or West Coast stud down below.
We want to see
why. Yep.
Let's see it.
Let's see. I want to see who comes out on top.
Let's see who comes out on top. We'll tally it up. I'll put it up. Come on.
All right.
Hey, a big thank you from the Exotic Network for our lovely host out here from the East Coast himself, Double Muscle Lineman, the mad scientist, Angel himself, Frank, the guy who's been in the game longer than I've been alive. No offense. Oh damn! I didn't say that. Junior in the back. He was. Hey, dude.
This is place. I mean, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Amazing place.
There's the haircut.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. I might need to come over here to the East Coast, get a cut.
Come visit the Big Apple. Come visit in the cut studio.
In the cut. Hey, Gio over here. Hey, he even recognized it. That's how we know he's real. Even when he started, he was like, West Coast got it. He even brought it out. And
we're working on that.
Let's go in the back room real quick. We will have a video.
I guess, like I said, moral of the story in having you guys out here is just East Coast got some great breeders.
East Coast got
great dogs. Yet again, it may be spread out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got your patches here and there, and you got your breeders who still need to get a little bit more educated and so on and so forth. But I mean, there's definitely some gems over here, and that's what I wanted to highlight with you guys being here. So I guess we could wrap it up and get everybody's IGs and social media and stuff like that, right?
Shout it out.
IG, everything.
The World's Yours Kennels. IG, Facebook is Frank Tellis. I also got a backup page is the Coronavirus Brothers.
Gio.
Instagram, GOD Barber. GIOD Barber.
Gio.
Instagram, JR the Barber and OTF Bully.
In the cut studio.
VIP service.
Cut Barber Studio on this.
And of course, you guys are.
The shirt says it all.
Says it all.
Your boy, the educator, the scientist, Mr. Double Muscle Line Bulls.
And if you guys haven't seen the documentary, we were proud to produce it ourselves.
So
check the documentary
Double Muscle
out.
Line Bulls, Breeders Hacks.
Just in case you guys don't know about my guy here, you'll know his whole life and backstory. You know, the struggle's real and how he really is a breeder. And of course, you guys already know Wilson from the Exotic Network out here from the West Coast. Be seeing you guys back in the West Coast.
It's exclusive.
Peace.
It's the